Chapter 3, Number 11. A vector has the components a sub x is minus 36 meters and a sub y is 43 meters. A, what is the magnitude of this vector? And B, what angle does this vector make with the positive x-axis? So our first thing, of course, is to give us at least a little bit of a sketch. So let's pick our axes, and it has components which are ax is minus 36, which means it goes over 36, but over to the left. So over something like 36 like this. And then plus 43 meters, the plus is implicit. And so it goes up a little bit more than it went over. And we get that. But what we're looking for, of course, is the length of this thing. That's the vector, the thing in green, which I'm going to call vector, I guess, A, since they've already chosen ax and ay. And now it's pretty easy to go forward. Notice that when I drew my numbers on my graph, I made them positive because geometry only really understands positive numbers. So even though algebraically I have minus 36, I interpret that as being a positive 36, but in the negative direction. Anyway, from here on out, it's relatively straightforward because we can see that from the Pythagorean theorem that a squared is going to be ax squared plus ay squared, or a is going to be the square root of minus 36 meters quantity squared plus 43 meters quantity squared, all under a radical sign, giving us, in the end, 56 meters. So that vector is 56 meters long. Now the tricky bit here is that they asked for the angle to the positive x-axis, or they asked for that angle, but that's not in our triangle. So I'm going to call that angle phi. What we want is, or I guess not what we want, but what we can find easily is the angle in our right triangle, which we've been calling theta. Kind of overdid my 36, so I'm going to write that again. Luckily, theta and phi are related to each other, and theta is relatively easy to get because I know that the tangent of theta would be the opposite over the adjacent side, which in this case is 43 over 36, which implies that theta is the inverse tangent of 43 over 36, which our calculator tells us is just about 50 degrees. So 50 degrees. Sadly, of course, they want not that. They wanted the thing with the positive x-axis, but that's okay because I can see that theta plus phi together, they make up a straight line, so they add to 180. So the phi must be 180 degrees minus the 50 degrees, or 130 degrees. So that wasn't so bad.